And the next one is the custom column from examples. Look here. So far, we have seen the custom column and conditional column. And the next one, we will take a look at the column from examples. Okay. So, okay, what is column from examples? So using this custom column, we can create a new columns based on some conditions or based on the existing columns. If you want to apply some conditions or rule, business rule or logic, you apply it. Like we have seen how to compute the net profit, right? We use some formula to compute that one. So the custom column is very much helpful, and especially when you do some kind of complex transformation, you don't have to write too many lines of code, and you don't have to be in-depth knowledge in M language, okay, to perform any complex transformation. With the help of the custom column from examples feature, with this feature, column from examples feature, we can you can even perform the complex transformation just by typing the data in the sample data in the empty column. Okay. And now the question is, when should I go for column from examples? Custom column you understood, and conditional column is meant for creating buckets or profiling. If you want to do customer profiling or product profiling, you can go for conditional column. And column from examples, you already know which transformation you need to do it, but you are not sure what to select in the UI to the user interface to make them happen. Okay, and other thing is, the data, what you want in your new column, but you're not pretty clear which transformation or the collection of transformation will get you there. So you know what you wanted. Okay, for simple example, is the date of birth is there, and I wanted to format it. Instead of having like this, month, date, this is date, month, year, right? I want to convert it into year, date, month. If I ask you to convert this data format into year, month, date, how will you do that? It is little bit difficult, right? So in that kind of situation, the column from the column from examples very much helpful. I just clicked on the column from examples. Here you have two options. Usually we don't use this one, from selection. What do you mean by from selection? So the column what I selected here, DOB, right? Create a column from examples. For this column, date of birth. So that is what the from selection says. Okay, we are done. And if you see here, you need to scroll at the bottom. Okay, you need to scroll towards the right. Otherwise, the date of birth column will not be visible here. If you have multiple columns, it will not be visible. And don't panic. Only few columns are there, but in my data set, I have multiple columns. Where were they? Simply, you just see it here. And now what I do is, see, the magic here is, I just type the few sample data here. Here I say 12, 12. That's it. I don't need the time also. Look here, that's all. I just see, you need to just feed few sample format. Once you feed the sample format by typing it like this, year, so look, but based on the data only you need to type it. So first one is the year, -12, -12, and second one is year, right? So 1998, -10, 12. So year, date, month, date, something like that. Okay, that's all. I just fed only two records. It automatically extracted the values for the rest of the values in this column in the requisite format. Basically, I wanted to extract the date values from the existing date of birth column in this format, year, month, date format. Okay. See, it made my job pretty simple, very, very simple. Now you might be asking this question, what is big deal? The date of birth is, sorry, customer, why should I convert it to this one? I will explain with another case study. Sometimes what will happen is you will have to pass values as a date to another function. Somebody already hosted a REST API. Sorry, the customer, some websites, they, to access the data, what they do is they give some API. For that API, we need to pass the values to get the required data. Okay, in that case, what will happen is they will, the customer website, they already, actually, I own a website, Deep Neuron. So what I do is to enable the users, for example, users wants to see their birth date, okay, and age. Okay, what I do is in my website, I created an app, and what I say, hey, you don't have to break your head to compute the age and all. Simply, you need to pass the birth date to my website API, but you need to pass it in this format, year, month, date. Only then I can give you I can compute the age for each and every employee. I'll give you. That is the kind of situation. You need to convert this. You cannot simply pass this to my website app. It will not work because it will work only in this format. You need to convert this. So in that kind of situation, this is very much helpful. The column from examples. Look here. And here it is very, very, look here to text dot combine date time dot to text date of birth YYY date time to text DOB percentage D hyphen 12. Right. So here, this is the equivalent M language. Imagine that if you have to use this logic, how much time you need to spend? You need to spend, quite a time to get this logic. First, you understand, first of all, you need to learn what is text dot combine, and then what is date time dot to text DOB. So, by default, it considers, the text data type, and to text date time dot to text DOB, and you take YY only. Okay, and then hyphen. Look here, the hyphen. After you put year format, 4Y, which is nothing but 2000. Okay, minus the 12 minus 12. Right, for this you need to write this logic. So this is where you need to use your programming skills. But this column from examples features literally, helping, literally it will avoid writing the M language script manually. Okay, it helps us to avoid. You understand? It is a pretty cool feature. And that is also the reason why the column from examples are so popular. I just click on OK. Fine. So, and I just, this is one example. And some cases, if you want to split the column, okay, you want to split the column, you can use this one. I'll show you that one also. How to split a value from a column, okay? Sometimes what will happen is, you have the first name and last name. Data are available in a single column, but the customer wants you to split the first name separately and last name separately. You see, you have a column called name. In the name, you have something like John Joseph, Chris Reich, and Stephen King, Raj Sekhar, like this. It is there. Okay. or I will do it with this here itself. I'm going to duplicate column, and then I will do the same thing for the duplicate column. So without duplicating also you can do it, but it is safer. I don't want to disturb my original copy. Let it be there so that after I merge these two, basically I want to do some kind of merging here. And how do I merge these two here? Merge columns. We have an option called merge columns. Separator, space, merged. Look here, new column name is merged. Instead of giving merged, okay, let it be there so that you will be able to understand. So now with this, you are able to understand how to merge the column also. Look here. So I just move this somewhat closer to your this thing here for verification. First name and last name, I merged it. John and Joseph, Chris Wright, and Stephen King, right? It got merged. So in some cases, what will happen? Sometimes what will happen is you will not have the first name and last name columns available in data set. Rather, they will give you the column something like the name, something like that. Okay, let's the customer. Let's say the US customer day tells you, hey, currently the first name and last name, both of them stored in a single column. You need to separate it. So the first name should be there in a separate column and last name should be there in a separate column. Okay, for demonstration purpose, what I did, I just use this existing two columns and I merged it, and then I just to showcase you, I just created this column and I'm telling you, hey, this is how, let's say let's assume that in this case you don't have these two columns. So from here, how do I create the first name and last name? How do I split this? So merging the column, we have merge column, and we have something else called split option is available. And for that, you just right click on it. Your split column option is also available, using which you can split it, or else you can go for, see, if in this case it's pretty simple. If you need to split based on this space. Okay, the split should happen based on this space. Look here, split column by delimiter, by number of characters, something like that, by delimiter. Okay, by delimiter, when I click on it, and yeah, so here space, select the select or enter delimiter. In this case it is space, right? If I simply click on OK, what will happen is this one will get splitted into two columns. One will have only the first name and other one will have the 1 second, I will just take a copy of this one, duplicate column, and I will show you what is split also. Okay, we discussed about merge here, and I will show you the split also. Split column, and just click on by delimiter, and simply I give OK. Look here, the last one got splitted with splitted by two columns. John separately, Joseph separately, first name separately, and then you need to go and rename it. This is first name and this is last name, something like that. This is pretty straightforward. In some complex cases, what will happen? The first name, is something like John. Second name is Mariam Joseph, something like that. Lengthy name. Okay, in that case, uh, the last name itself having two words in it, Mariam space Joseph, then it is a little bit challenging to split those kind of values. So that's where the column from examples are very much handy. Just you need to fill in or you need to feed few sample data against the data set. So based on the sample data, what you feed it, it will learn it, and then it will So it's something like a machine learning, artificial intelligence. Okay. So that is the popular term in the IT segment, right? Data science or artificial intelligence. So it is in the artificial intelligence, that's all. We just simply give some sample data. The programming language or the algorithm will automatically learn the pattern, whatever we type. Based on that, it goes and do the split. That's what we have seen it in the date column formatting, isn't it? The year, month, date format, we converted it just by feeding two values into the new column. So hope you understood with these examples how to create a custom column, how to create a conditional column, how to create column from examples. And this is one of the super cool or super awesome feature. And also we have seen the how to split the column, how to merge the column in this session.